There we are. We are live. Good morning, everyone. Betty Rae here.
Morning.
Good morning, and welcome to my business page. I am here with my guest, Susan, today. I welcome you, Susan.
Thank you.
Susan, you are from Southern Alberta, correct? Calgary?
Yeah.
Yes, so I thank you for popping on. So Susan isn't too far away from me, about 4 hours away, I guess. But I have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person, I don't think, Susan, have I?
Did you come to Calgary in October for the meeting? I thought we met there.
Oh, did we? At the Gather and Grow?
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
We
yeah,
did
okay.
actually meet there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I met so many people that I don't remember who I met and who I
I
didn't.
know it was such a good meeting, wasn't
I
it?
guess
It
now when
was,
you say that, I did. Yeah, but it
yeah,
was such a short little time, I
yeah.
think. That's what I found. There was so much going on that lots of times I didn't feel like I got to sit and really connect with
I
somebody.
don't think we really got a lot of time together, but do you
No.
know, Betty Ray, you have a name that's unforgettable. So
Oh,
I'm kind of a plain Jane or plain Susan. So
I want to tell you a funny story. So when I was born on New Year's Day, and it was funny because I mean this is showing my age too, but back then. So I was born on New Year's Day, and I was actually, my mom went into labor on Christmas Eve. So in our family, we always celebrate with our whole family. It was always like a big 50, 75 people thing. And anyways, not wrecked her, but anyway, she had to miss her Christmas Eve because she thought she was going into labor then. But it ended up, no, she didn't. And so I wasn't born. But then she went back in on New Year's Eve, and I was born on New Year's. But anyways, I guess that didn't need to be part of the story. But anyways, so my sister back then, they weren't like nowadays. They don't all rush to the hospital, right? It's probably my dad went or whatever. Well, he sent or she, my sister, my older sister, sent a letter with my dad to my mom, and that wanted this new baby sister to be named. And back then, the school books, I don't know if you were in that age, there was a little book, and there was Betty, Susan, and Flip. Yeah,
I'm a
okay.
little older than that, I think.
Okay, anyways, there was, and that's what kids learned, was the reading. So I always laugh because I was either going to be named Betty, Susan, or Flip, because that's all my sister could spell.
Oh, that's so
So I
cute.
could have been named Susan too. So yeah, yeah, and Ray is a family name for me. So yeah,
Oh, is it? Okay.
yeah, yeah. But anyways, but thank you for joining me. I didn't want this to be about me. I'm curious. So
No, this
Susan, tell me, and my followers, whatever, what got you into the online space? Brought you to become a digital business owner?
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I had actually tried many things.
Mhm.
So I retired early. I sold a company that I owned and ran. It was an event planning company. And
Oh,
I did work all over Canada and particularly Alberta, of course, but I had meetings. Oil companies were my clients. And
okay.
so I had meetings all over Canada.
Mhm.
And I sold that at 55. And
Okay.
my husband actually continued working. We had
Mhm.
both sort of thought, oh, freedom 55 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He wasn't comfortable with it after all. But so I had, in the meantime, before he retired, I'd tried many, many things.
Mhm.
And, drop shipping and Amazon and
What'd you do?
I don't know. I can't even remember everything I was doing.
Yeah,
Uh, Packaging, different things. Anyway,
yeah. There's so much out there.
so many things, and I really did a lot with affiliate marketing as well. So I
Oh,
really kind of understood it, and I had just totally given it up. I went, okay, none of this is for me. It's number one, it was very, very taxing, very, very expensive because you're building your own funnels and that kind of thing.
okay.
Um, and then,
I
you
have to ask you,
oh,
how did you know how to build your own funnel?
construction. But in the meantime, I mean, that was, that was 10,
To,
and anywhere from, 5 to 10 years ago that I was doing that.
okay.
And things have, I mean, even in the last 5 years have advanced so much, let
Yes.
alone 10.
Yeah.
So what I was doing back then wasn't exactly what is going on now.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of complexity. There's a lot of help, expensive help.
Mhm.
Um, and you can end up with some very big expenses.
I can imagine.
So, I'll be perfectly honest. I didn't lose a ton of money on this one, but I did get fleeced. I
Oh,
did get slammed by this one person, and I just went, "Oh no, why did I listen?" Right? And it
oh.
was just, a little bit after a little bit after a little bit, and then nothing was happening, and I kept thinking, "Hmm."
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so
You
as
know,
it turned, I had given it up because of all of that.
yeah.
And we sort of went into retirement. Brian finally retired in 2020, like
Yeah.
2019, actually,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
before. And we were down in Palm Springs in 2020 when this all hit. And we just truly didn't believe it was happening.
Yeah.
But a lot of our retirement income was coming from his company that
Oh.
he was selling his shares in. And plus we had a savings.
Mhm.
But so this is all 6 years ago.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of that. We lost a lot of our investment income. We lost all of our money that we were expecting out of the company. And so our beautiful plan for retirement changed
Oh,
very quickly.
yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't know, I was on my socials,
Mhm.
doing
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah.
and my mentor and coach's ad came up, and I
Mhm.
saw it and I went, "Oh, I really like this girl. She's from Alberta. She likes to hike."
Mhm.
And as
Mhm.
it turned out, there was more than that because we use attraction marketing, and so many things about me
You
were
just
about her kind of thing, right?
yeah. Yeah.
And so anyway, I joined. I was not going to do it right away. In fact, I actually said to her, "No, I'm in a refund."
Mhm.
And she said, "Okay, not a problem," gave me all the instructions. And then she said, "Well, just a minute though, can we talk a little bit longer?" And, it just was that talk that we had.
Mm.
And it was a bit of a shift for me, and
Mhm.
probably my first real shift in a mindset kind of way. And I am so happy that she didn't just go, "Okay,
Yeah.
refund your money, that's fine."
Yeah.
But I mean, she made it perfectly clear that all I had to do was this and this, and it was done, kind of.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
so
That
you know
was, just around 3 years ago, so
wow. Oh, yeah, and you haven't looked back.
no,
No,
not
that's awesome. Hmm.
yeah, I love this community.
Yeah.
I'm really, in love with what, our leaders have done to sort of turn this online industry. It's just flipped, and they're so innovative and so creative in how they're doing things, and constantly upgrading everything. And I'm really proud to be a part of the
Oh,
training committee,
oh,
and
yes. Yeah. Yeah.
so I can help with that kind of thing. But I mean, our platform is
Mhm.
bar none anything like it in this industry.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, talking about the stuff you tried before and this, the troubles you had, and that's the sad part is because it's given people such a bad taste in their mouth that they're scared to try other things, and rightfully so, right? Um,
Mhm.
so I'm glad that you found this and you ended up on a good note, and that's the beauty of our community too. It
Yeah,
runs so much with integrity,
yeah,
and the founders and all the leaders they're all just beautiful people trying to make an honest living.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Oh,
sharing their knowledge too, which is, I
yeah.
think that a lot of times people get into whatever program, that they want to do digitally. And, in 2 months or 3 months, like they're going like, oh, there's no more help. But
Yeah.
ours is there. It's a community of, hundreds and thousands of people,
Mhm.
hundreds of thousands that are totally active. But the
Yes.
active people are the ones that, and I'm going to say that's closer to 90,000 or 100,000. I don't even know the numbers, but it's big.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
sharing and, helping and, doing what they can.
They
So
are.
I
Yeah.
love that part of it.
Yeah, me too. I was just gonna say that was funny because last night I was helping one of my mentees, and um, she was inspired by another business owner and in her beliefs and her ways and stuff. And I said, well, yeah, feed off of that and whatnot. And she said, well, I said, even reach out to her, if you want. And she said, well, can I do that? And I said, absolutely, you can. That's what the beauty of this is, that,
Mhm.
you're not financially connected with them at all, but they're always willing to help. And
Mhm.
sure, you're going to find people that are busier or whatnot, but there's always going to be someone there. And
Mhm.
and even you taking your time today off of your busy schedule, you're a busy gal, and you also help our community with a Monday set your intention for your week thing.
Yeah, it's actually Sunday night that I do.
Okay.
It's called a daily drop-in, and any of the people in the community can actually teach something if they want, or share something if they want.
Yeah, yeah,
And so I love to, on Sunday nights, I've always sat down and just, gone through a routine of setting up my following week. And so now I share that in the community, and I have a plan that I follow, and everybody, does it. It's part mindset, of course. It's setting your intentions and learning from what your past happened past week, and
yeah.
going forward with that knowledge into the next week. And then we actually do very practical stuff too. I use calendar blocking. So, you set your calendar for the next week. I look over here because there's my calendar.
And the beautiful part is Susan and I were just talking behind the scenes before we came on live. Was I was saying I unfortunately can't make it to hers, but there's always a replay,
There
and so
is.
I still
Yeah.
get to benefit. But Sunday night is a perfect time to do that as you're setting your week, and so that's really nice that you give back. And there's so many people that are giving back, and including myself. I try to give as much as I can too, but still, keeping in mind that we have our own businesses to run, and we want our own time freedom, right? So too, but the thing about, and I don't know about you, but I like about our community is, and our business is, I don't feel like I'm working. I have fun doing it. Do you do that?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, but and for me, I've always, whatever I do, I try to come into it with a little bit of vibrancy and,
yeah,
fun. And when it gets to be drudgery, then
yes,
I take a deep breath and I move on, and maybe I'll come back to it and try to, sort of flip the script on how I'm looking at that kind of thing.
yeah,
So that is, I think that's, again, it's a big part of mindset. It's how you approach things. It's
absolutely.
hard when you're working a 9 to 5, I think. And if you get into a group of people or a community of people in your job where everybody complains and complains and complains,
Yes.
and nobody has any fun, or maybe their fun is complaining, right?
Yeah.
But I don't find that in our community. And honestly, if you do find it in the community, those people don't stick around very long.
No.
So,
Yeah.
You just kind of have to
Because
ignore.
they're not going to find anything that they
Yeah,
like. Yeah.
exactly. And there's plenty of people out in the community. Like if you get stuck into that kind of a whatever, then you just you can move on because there's lots of space everywhere. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to
It
say,
really is it is really, I think, the shining part of our business is that, we have this huge spark of community where, you can be with like-minded people. If you have, say, an ethnicity, or if you have an age, or if you want to connect with people in a certain country, that kind of thing. I mean, that's the beauty of the way we're set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that you don't find that anywhere else. Like in any
No.
other job force, it would be little cliques of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say good morning and hi to Sharon and Paul and Norma Jean. Thank you for tuning in with us. But yeah, so if I asked you what is one of your favorite parts about being a digital business owner, you've maybe already answered that.
I guess I have, in a way. But it is for me, a big part of it is just, keeping my brain in active mode. I found that with retirement, no, I mean, not that I don't love retirement. I do. I love traveling and I love doing this. But I can do this while I'm doing whatever I'm doing while I'm retired. So, I have my morning routine, but then I'll go for walks, or, I can, if most of my things like yoga and walks, I'm taking photos. That's work, right?
Yeah.
It's fun work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's good. Yeah, I found when I first joined this, I came into it with a way different why, the reason why I joined it. But I'm in it now for a totally different reason. Of course, the financial, of course, is always a bonus for everything, but giving me at my age now such a purpose and giving me connections and yeah, it's been good for my mindset, my personal growth, and yeah, it's funny. I say I'm in my 60s and I'm living
Now
my
you're growing.
life. Yeah. Where was this earlier? Huh? But anyways, that's all right. Moving forward, that's all you can do, right? Yeah. But I don't want to keep you too long, and I don't want to keep my followers too long. But I thank you for popping in and sharing your experience as a business
Thank you
owner.
for inviting me.
Yeah, and I look forward to maybe sitting with you and getting to know you a little bit better. And we do share a lot of the same Zooms and stuff, so I see you in a little square.
Little tiny squares on a paper. Yeah.
Right, but that's the start, and that's that gives us a connection that I felt comfortable reaching out to you. And so, but if any of the people watching, if they're interested in checking this platform out, they can sure reach out to you can sure reach out to Susan. And Susan, your website would be what?
It's www.susanross.life.
Life. Okay, and mine is www.bettyrae.ca. So sure, you can reach out to either one of us. We'd love to help you. We are just here to give you the information to see if it's a good fit for you, and you might be pleasantly surprised. Not first step is sometimes the hardest.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can you
exactly.
agree with that? Yeah. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you again, Susan,
Bye.
for joining me.
Thanks
And
for having me.
yeah. Bye for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.